You know, they're not actually.
Oh. So I need
Hey.
not fun with photos.
Well, whoops. Hi.
I'm here. Oh, you don't see the hats. There we go.
Oh, yeah, you're hiding the hats. Okay.
The hats are behind my head rather than on my head today. Yeah, or propeller beanies.
Yeah, we're not using a green screen. So, anyway, hi. How you doing? This is where are we anyway?
This is we haven't done an Ask Chris Anything about Google Photos in over a year.
Oh my goodness!
It's
What
been
have you
over
been
a
doing?
year. So I figured it was about time. You know, you might have some questions built up, and that's what I love to do is answer Google Photos questions when I can.
Sometimes she has the answers, and sometimes she
sometimes
doesn't.
I have to figure it out. But, so I do specialize in Google Photos.
Diamond level product expert right here.
Yeah, I became a Google Photos product expert the year it came out. I mean, it came out the end of 2015, and I became a product expert in 2016,
Wow.
and have been ever since.
Pretty cool.
Although there's no, I always say there's no such thing as an expert. You know, that's what Google calls us because we answer people's questions. But I'm learning something new every day in Google Photos. So there's no such thing as an expert. But I do try to answer your questions.
And she does a good job of it. We live on a ship now. We live on a cruise ship, and we depend on Starlink for internet. We are in the middle of the Tasman Sea right now, on our way from Australia to Tasmania. And that's Tasman Sea, right?
No, it's something
Bass
Bass
Strait.
Straits.
Bass Straits. Anyway, satellite has to work for us to for this to happen. If it cuts out while we're live, be patient for a little bit. It usually comes right back because we're passing or they're passing over. Subscribe to notifications on our YouTube channel so you know when we start a new stream, if that has to happen. And we record this whole thing and it'll be available later. So watch your email for the link. Another thing that's going to happen here in probably half an hour or less is there's going to be a crew drill. That was supposed to happen a couple of days ago while we were also at sea. But because of weather and things happening, they didn't do it. So, of course, they're going to do it right in the middle of our show.
What it means to us is there are loud announcements coming over our speakers.
And we can't turn those off.
We can't turn them off. So hopefully, and maybe that'll be when we'll play a little video or something.
That happens. I'll try and get quick and mute the noise.
But it does make it clear we do live on a cruise ship, and this is not green screen today. This is our actual room here behind us. Okay.
We have some fun, don't we? Well, you do take a lot of photos with your phone. I know I do. And you want them automatically gathered and organized. And that's why Google Photos was created in the very beginning. Now they do a lot of other stuff with it. But you have questions?
We have some answers. We have some answers.
And if we don't have the complete answer, I might make something up.
Or I'll get back to you, because that's my main reason for wanting questions is to learn stuff myself. I need to keep up my expertise. So if I can't answer it today, I will get back to you.
And we do have some questions that are already sent in to us. But if you guys have questions now, please go ahead.
This is the bridge. In approximately 15 minutes' time, we will be
Geeks On Tour members.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill wants to know, what if they're important? Well, they are important.
We hear 'em.
We hear them, but I'm going to
Whether-
mute my microphone. So that's all. That's what's going on. Where'd we go?
Oh, one thing I want to make sure to show you is, yes, Google Photos is making changes all the time. And I try to keep up with them and make a note of them on a special page on our website, geeksontour.com/GP. What's GP stand for?
Google Photos.
Updates. So /GP updates. You can scan that QR code, or you can just go to geeksontour.com and add a /GP updates. And for each update, I put a date either that it was announced or when I notice it, and the chapter of my book that would be affected. So if you have the book, you could go through all these updates and go to the chapters and make notes of them. And it goes, there are hundreds of them. It goes back several years. And I will be hitting a few of them today. Okay. So that is how you can see what's new with Google Photos. And we do tutorial videos. I mean, if you know Geeks on Tour at all, you know our tutorial videos, and we have them all numbered. So if I say you can look at video 832 to see how to do that, you just go to geeksontour.com/832. Or there's a search box on every page too. You can put video 832 in the search box and see the video. All right. And a lot of those are free, but some of them are behind a paywall for Geeks on Tour members. If you want to be able to access all of our stuff, please become a member, and that helps support us.
Okay, sign up for our newsletters and you get 2 free Google Photos guides, sharing your travels and photos, plus the 12 steps to success with Google Photos. And you can scan that code or you can get right into it.
So if you're already a newsletter subscriber or maybe even a member and you say, well, I want those guides, you can go ahead and sign up here. It will not double book you for the newsletter, but it will send you the link to the guides. As long as you use the same email that you're already subscribed at, you can subscribe again just to get these 2 guides. And I put these really are good, guys. Okay, shall we say hello to some people?
Yeah.
A bunch of you online with us. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Hi from the sunny yet cool Willamette Valley of Oregon. We're having a fall spring, but the flowers are already popping out. That really messes them up. All right. Colorado, warm and windy. I understand it's going to be warm in places of the states and cold in others, so we'll have to deal with that. All right. And Richard, sunny Southern California. Jolin had to look up where we were on Google Maps.
So did I.
Yeah.
I'll say we were in Sydney yesterday. Melbourne.
Where?
Melbourne,
Australia
yesterday. Saw some cool stuff, and we'll be in Hobart, Tasmania tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Who else is here? I'm scrolling through. I have some questions here. Yeah, we will have further interruptions when the drill starts.
Yeah.
Kay says, thanks for showing us your update page. Yeah, there's so much on our website that, even if you go there, you might not know that it's there. So we'll try and remind ourselves to tell you those things. Okay.
Okay, you're marking questions.
I'm marking questions,
okay.
And we hope to get there.
Okay. Very well. Well, let's take a couple of the questions. We did get some questions by email, and we will get to those, but I see a couple of the people who are online right now.
So let's do that.
Those.
All right. I have a lot of photos in Picasa. How can I get them all into Google Photos?
Well, and Picasa was a long time ago, and I loved it. It only works with photos on your computer. Realize photos are not in Picasa. They're on your computer, and they are in particular folders on your computer. You can find out what those are by going to Picasa and looking at your folder manager, Tools, Folder Manager. Whatever folders those pictures are in, you need to upload those folders to Google Photos. And we will be showing a fairly new feature that makes that really easy. So just hold on to that question. It will absolutely get answered in a few minutes.
Okay, Jellen asks, can you archive an album? I have documents that I'd like to gather, but not have available as I scroll through my photos.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what she's talking about, let me go to Google Photos, and so let's say that there's this photo here. I took because I want to remember that they had crypto machines in along with the ATMs, but it's not an important picture. I might want to put it into an album about crypto, but I don't want it here. So I can add to an album. I'll add to album and make a new album called crypto, and there. So it is definitely in that album, but now I don't want it to be seen when I'm scrolling through. I can select it and click the plus and add to archive. Where's our, I thought archive was right there. All right. So archive is under the three dots, and anything, it's either under the plus or under the three dots. So when I click on archive, that picture goes away from my main stream of photos. Come on, internet. Yeah, so it's not in my main stream of photos anymore, but if I go to the album, it will be there in the album. So yes, absolutely, Jolyn. I have an album called Business Cards, and then I archive those actual photos so they don't show up in my stream of photos. Good question. I like that one.
You can have it.
There were a couple more, weren't there?
I think that was
Okay.
okay.
Can I make a smart album? Yeah.
Can I make a smart album that selects photos in a date range?
No, we would have to. All right, good question. A smart album is usually just for people, faces. You know, anytime I take a picture of him or me, it goes into an album called Jim and Chris, you know, our faces. That is an auto album. And then you can limit dates in other ways, but I don't think you can specify. That's one I'm going to have to get back to you, Latrell. Okay, so definitely faces for an automatic album. Okay.
Okay. Where are you?
All right, back to here. And actually, yeah, I think I do want to start off by showing you a relatively new and important feature. Lots of new features. Most of them are just fun with AI stuff, but this is an important one. Now, it's not brand new. It's been around for at least 6 months or so, but it's backup folder, and this will answer your question about how to get all your Picasa photos. All you need to know is what folder your Picasa photos are in, and then watch this video. The purpose of Google Photos is to collect all of your photos and videos in one place, and that is your Google account in the cloud. If you take all your photos with phones, then all you have to do is use the Google Photos app. You use the iOS app on your Apple iPhone and the Android app on your Android phone. You install the app, you turn on backup, and voila, every photo you take with your phone gets copied to the cloud in your Google account. But what if you also have lots of photos from years past on your computer, on the hard drive, or maybe even on an external hard drive or thumb drives? How do you get those up to the same place? You can do it manually, and that's fine if you only have a few folders. But if you have thousands, then you want it to be an automatic process. Up until now, you had to use a software called Google Drive for desktop, and it was kind of complicated. So I am just thrilled that there is a new feature now with Google Photos on the web where you do not need Drive for desktop. It's so easy. It's just called Backup Folder. I'm Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and I'm going to show you how to use Backup Folder. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to use a fake account. It's our imaginary friend, Danny Demo. So here I am at a web browser, Google Chrome, and I am signed in to Danny's account, and I go to Google Photos. So now I am looking at the cloud, at the Google Photos account in the cloud with all of Danny's photos. And he doesn't have very many. This is it. Just a few photos, scanning the years from 2019 back to 1997. I don't need to use any special software now. As long as I know what folder on my computer that the photos are in, all I have to do is click this plus and then choose Backup Folders. Now I have to find the folder. It's on this PC, my local C drive, but as I say, this could be on an external drive, anything that you have access to on your computer. Users, and Danny's pictures. So actually, I don't even need to go down into it. I just leave it at Danny's pictures and select folder. Now I have to give it permission to view the files. And that's all there is to it. It's starting to back up all of the subfolders beneath Danny's pictures. So all you have to do is put photos in that folder and they will get automatically backed up to your Google Photos. There weren't that many. It says 134 items. Let's take a look. Here's some pictures from Italy. So there was an Italy folder, Alaska, and Fiji. So all of these were automatically uploaded. Now I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back out to the folders and show you Danny's photos, Danny's pictures, and here were the folders that got uploaded. Now there's another folder that wasn't inside that of wedding photos. All I have to do is drag wedding photos into Danny's pictures folder. And now when I go back to Google Photos, those will be uploading as well. And that's all you have to do. The photos that were in the wedding folder that you just added to Danny's pictures folder were automatically uploaded. From now on, anything that you put into that folder gets automatically uploaded to your Google Photos. However, there is one thing though that you should know. There were several folders within Danny's photos, right? It does not maintain that folder structure. There are no folders in Google Photos, and it did not automatically make albums. If I click on albums, we only have 3 albums: National Parks, Chris and Jim, and episode 265. There is no wedding album, there is no Fiji album, etc. There is another video that will show you how to do that. I'm referring to Geeks on Tour tutorial video number 710. Will show you how to make folders and turn them into albums in Google Photos. But I hope you agree that this is a wonderfully easy way to get photos from your computer to your Google Photos so that all of your photos are in one place.
Well, we got through one crew alert while that video
While that
was playing.
Good timing.
Good timing.
Yes, Tom, you're welcome. I do think that's one of the best new features, I think, ever in Google Photos. You know, they give us all these fun bells and whistles, but not enough guts and, you know, hard labor-saving features. This is a really good one, the upload folder. Okay. So, some questions that were emailed in, and then we'll get back to the live chat.
Okay.
Bill said, I saw something about making cartoons from photos. Okay, so that is one of these new bells and whistles, I call it. It is fun. I don't think it's important, but it is fun. So let me show you what he's talking about. On the phone, all the really fun bells and whistles are on mobile, not on the web, on the...
Really?
So we go to Google Photos, and there are two places. Notice this create at the bottom, but also the plus at the top. Now the ones that you can choose a picture, come on, and they do take a minute. The ones that you can take a picture, so there we go. I have my name with all sorts of things that it relates to me based on my photos. All right, but here, Remix. Now, Remix is one where you do get to choose a photo and you get to choose a style. So if I say I want that style, and I can choose a photo, and this one of Jim with Captain Cook's statue yesterday, and generate. And it will take that photo and make something fun with it using the style that you chose. Eventually.
Oh.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Some of them I don't like at all, but but this one isn't bad. Okay, in fact, that's good enough. I'll save it. So photo saved, and there it is in my library. Okay, and then photo to video is wild. You tap photo to video, and let's take that same one of Jim and Captain Cook in Melbourne. And I usually go with I'm feeling lucky. There's really not a whole lot of difference between subtle movement and I'm feeling lucky. But it just says, okay, take that picture and make it into a video. Make it do something. And it tells you the progress down here. So these are all the AI. Are you getting tired of AI yet? It is fun. It is really fun. But, you know, I like things like upload folder. Things that really help me manage my photos better.
We better come back to this.
And this is still taking a while. Okay, so go back to this. Oh, we'll show you that one. Oh, there we go. There. So it just threw some confetti at him and had him put on sunglasses. Sometimes I was hoping it would make them dance. I would like to see that statue dance.
I don't dance. Leave me alone.
Anyway, I don't think that's good enough to save, so I'm not going to. All right, next question.
Sherry, I thought Google Photos could store unlimited images for free. That doesn't seem to be the case.
You haven't been paying attention. That ended in June of 2021, almost 5 years ago. But anything that you had uploaded before then remains free. For people who were following us at the time, I sent out numerous reminders saying, upload everything you can before June 21 because it's free and those photos stay free. They are not counted against your allotment. But no, ever since June 2021, you get 15 gigabytes for free, and after that, you do have to pay. 100 gigabytes is just $2 a month. 200 gigabytes, I am paying $20 a month, but that gives me 2 terabytes and the pay for version of Gemini AI, which I do really like. So, and that's for both Jim and me. It's a shared, you can have up to 5 people sharing that $20 a month. All right, so that's that one.
Is there an easy way to delete duplicates?
No.
Never heard that question before.
Boy, does everybody want to delete duplicates. There is a little bit of a feature, though, that will help. And let's go ahead and play that now.
Bridge.
824.
Your attention, please. The general emergency alarm will now be sounded. This is...
Hi, this is Chris Guld with Geeks On Tour. And I know how annoyed you all get when you look at your Google Photos library and you see a bunch of duplicates. You know, they're not actually duplicates, right? I mean, you did take 10 pictures of that pretty sunset. But once you've identified your best one, how can you easily delete all the rest so they're not taking up storage space? Let me show you stacks. I'm going to take 3 pictures of this little Android guy. 1, and 2, and 3. Yeah, how about 4 for good measure? So here's what it looks like after I've taken those pictures. On my phone, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures of that little Android guy. Now, I also took 3 pictures of this glass, 3 pictures of Jim, and 3 pictures of the Android guy in a different way. That was over a half hour ago, however, and see how they have been stacked. So if I tap on Jim, I will see all 3 pictures, but there is one that has been identified as the top pick. I don't know. You can decide which one you want to be the top pick. You tap the 3 dots and set as top pick. So that's how that works. It only takes up 1 photo square in your library, but there are actually 3 photos there. So there are 3 photos taking up space in your Google Photos account. So if I say I only want to keep 1, you tap on this, and if you swipe up, I can tap on keep this and delete the rest. So once I do that, allow photos to move 2 photos to the trash, allow. Now, there is no longer a stack. You don't see those that little 2 squares up there. You only see the 1 photo. Now, how did this happen? Well, when you are looking at your all photos, your photo library, your grid, you should see 3 dots. And here is the stack similar photos. If I turn that off and go back to the library, you will see that I have 3 pictures of the glass and 3 pictures of the little Android guy. I tap the 3 dots, stack similar photos, and now you only see the 1 of the glass and the 1 of the Android, but the little 2 squares in the 3. Now, if that looks familiar to you, it's because this is the same process that has always been in existence for burst photos. I take a burst shot by swiping down. Notice I got 15 shots there. So here's what the burst shot looks like. Notice that the icon is a little bit different from the stacks, but it works pretty much the same. You can open it up. You can swipe up and keep this and delete the rest. I don't want to. And here's another difference. If I go to my settings, and you can get to that by settings also, by the way. Photo settings, preferences, stack similar photos, and I can turn it off. Now the stacks have opened up, but the burst has not. I'm going to put those back on. These were the 4 I took before, and if I stack similar photos, notice it stacks 3 of them but leaves 1. I can't explain that. It thought that this one was different enough that it didn't belong in the stack. So that's how stacks works. Maybe someday they'll give us a way to filter so that we see only our stacks. Then we can seriously clean up. Why aren't they stacked? Okay.
Right.
So just one little thing has changed since that video, is just where you find the keep this and delete the rest. I mean, that's kind of the key. If it stacks all your duplicate looking pictures together, then you can say, well, this is the best one, get rid of all the rest in one step. And let me show you.
Attention, crew members with safety numbers.
So, okay. So you find a stack. I see a stack of 2 here. And the 3 dots is right with the one. So you have to tap on that little 3 dots there and keep this and delete the rest. Or you have other choices too. But if you're wanting to delete duplicates, this is the best tool that you have. And as I say, someday, ask for a new feature. Send feedback. Say, I love stacks. How can I see only my stacks? Then you can go through and do some serious cleanup. Okay. Next question.
Okay. How do I attach a photo from cloud to an email? Photos in Google Photos and using AT&T email.
Yeah. Whatever device you're on, when you tell your email to attach a photo, it's going to look for the photo on that device. So if it's in the Google Photos cloud, sometimes you can go to the Google Photo and copy and then paste into the email, but not always. So the best option is to go to your Google Photos, open the photo, tap share, and copy link. Then put the link into the email. And that way you can share multiple photos at once too, even a whole album. So if you just want to see what that is, you go to the phone and you start with a photo and then you tap share and it gives you a chance to enhance it first.
Attention, crew.
Now here's what, if you start with Google Photos, you can send it straight to an email too. Just find your email app down here at the bottom. But I still think it's easiest, create a link. And it's the nicest for your recipient too. Copy that link. Now go to your email and paste that link in. And it doesn't take up any storage space in your recipient's email, which is nice too. So copy link is the best way. Oh, just a little reminder, those of you who are Geeks on Tour premium members, I sent out a notice and said there will be no backstage, but just to remind you, when our hour is over here, there will not be a backstage today. We will have one sometime coming up. All right. Robert.
I have used 2 different Google accounts for organizing albums. Is there an easy way to get them all into one account?
Yes, Yes, and with a little bit of a catch, though. The key is to use partner sharing. So you have your old account and your new account. You go to your new account, no, go to your old account and use partner sharing to share with the new account. Then in the new account, partner sharing settings ask to save all photos from the old account. And it works beautifully. What it doesn't do is maintaining any albums. You're saying that you used both accounts for making albums. The albums do not transfer over, but the pictures transfer over easily and beautifully. And then you can use the technique to share albums from the old to the new, and it will recreate the albums on the new. And to review that would be tip 139. Let me show you how so in Google Photos, in Geeks On Tour, and the search at the top, if you type tip 139, now these tips are for our premium members only, but because they're special good. Combining photos from 2 Google accounts. And it tells you step by step exactly what to do and gives you some videos.
This is the bridge.
Another announcement. Okay. Do we have any more questions from our live audience here?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, yeah, I see one. Okay.
Which
Go
one?
ahead.
This
That's one. Yeah.
I have many years of photos on OneDrive taken before there were smartphones. What's the easiest way to get them backed up to Google Photos?
All right. Other than a third-party app called MultCloud, there is no direct OneDrive cloud to Google Photos cloud. This MultCloud is a good one. But if you have your OneDrive folder on your computer, then you just use that folder backup option. Lots of OneDrive folders are synchronized. They are both on your computer and in the OneDrive cloud. So if you can identify the folder on your computer...
Testing of the ship's watertight doors have now been completed, and these doors can be...
Hi there.
Oh boy, the joys of living on a cruise ship. There are lots of joys, don't get me wrong, but yeah, those announcements. There are lots of joys. We love it here. So that's the way. Use that folder backup and identify what folder on your computer is syncing with your OneDrive photos.
Hey, we got a super chat from Tech for Senior. Thank you so much.
Ron, probably, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. And anybody can do that, you know. There's a little
Button
dollar
somewhere.
sign, yeah. We've added a tip jar to our website, too. It's not, you can't find it yet, but it'll be there soon.
Okay. Let's see, where did we go?
K's, yeah,
K's.
that's an important one.
It is handy to go into a particular album and edit a specific photo. They aren't saved in the album. Do I still have to go back to the full photos, find the edited version, and add it to the album? Grr, grr.
Agreed. So what she's talking about is if she has a photo in an album and she clicks on edit, most edits, especially on the Android, force you to save a copy. They don't save over that photo. And I wish they did. I often choose my iPhone to do my editing just for that fact. The iPhone lets you save in place a lot more than the Android does. I have no idea why. But so here is one little key though. Let me demonstrate it. So I go to an album, our our current photo album about Australia and New Zealand, and let's say for some weird reason I want to make this photo of the Sydney Opera House be black and white. So I tap Edit and Tools and Filters, and I make it black and white. Just for something to be very obvious. And when I tap Done, notice up here I can't just save in place. If I could, then the photo in the album would be the edited photo. But I have to save a copy. Copy and share. This photo is in a shared album. If you save, the edited copy will be saved to the shared album. But not very often. Maybe it's just when they're shared. Now that's what you want, right, Kay? That's what you want when you save a edited copy. Okay, so I will say save and share. Now if I look at the album, it does have both the color version and the black and white. Wouldn't that be nice if it always worked that way? But in your own albums, it doesn't. Here's the trick. If you go back out, so where is that photo? The black and white one is right next to the color one. I don't know what date I took that photo, but the black and white one was just added. So I can go to Collections and Recently Added, and it should be right on top. And then, yes, you would need to re-add that to the album if it hadn't gotten done so like it just did, and then delete the old one. So that's the tip there is Recently Added is the way to see photos that just got added that you don't know what dates they were.
Okay. Kay had a question earlier on. What was the number of the tip you just played?
I think she was talking about the backup folder feature, and that was video number 915. Okay. 915.
Okay. And one more question here. Can you download to the computer several albums at a time?
No, just one album at a time, and there is a video on that. If you just go to geeksontour.com and search for download, you will see about downloading albums, and they download as zip files, one zip file per album. You have to do it album by album.
Yeah, okay. Ha! Jolyn did an animation of her dad with father-daughter dance. It blew me away, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let me show you one. I have made an album. Oh, and I can now search for albums. I made an album for all my fun AI things. And here, I love this one. This is a newspaper clipping from sometime in the 50s.
This is the bridge. Attention muster.
Say that again?
This one was amazing. This is a photo of a 50, 60-year-old newspaper clipping, and I said photo to video, and it made us dance. I love that one. Yeah, but a lot of them aren't very good.
Okay, Tina wants to know, why do a burst?
I don't know. I don't like bursts at all. Especially these, it used to be that bursts were great for like taking a picture of your son dunking a basket, because it got shots all the way from him jumping up and then dunking the basket, and you could pick one from any part, or you could make an animation out of them. But it's been my experience now that bursts go so fast that they don't catch a frame of time like that. So I don't like bursts.
Attention all on board at this stage. With your assigned team to the management office. Thank you.
Okay, that should be it for the crew drills. All right.
All right, where are you?
Any other questions there, or can I?
Let's see. Bert says, my password's not working. Is that because I'm no longer paying? We'll have to check on that, Bert. It could be. If you're no longer paying, then maybe it could be a problem at our end. We're sorry. But hey, we'll check into it.
Yeah, I wrote it down. We'll get back to you.
Okay. And where are we?
Denver.
Ron says he doesn't want to see his wife's sewing pictures.
Put them in the archive.
Yeah,
Yeah, archive them. They're not gone. They're just not being seen in your stream of photos.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Actually, those crew notices does not automatically mute us. I manually have to mute, and it causes problems all over. So sorry about that. Sure would be nice. I work on a desktop for a lot of editing. Recently added sounds great.
Recently added is a great little tip. I like that one.
Okay.
Okay.
I could have sworn at one time I could show stacks on my desktop, but I queried, and it looks like it's only on the phone.
Gee, I don't remember. But I think that's true. I think that is, there's a lot of features that are only on the phone. Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I just have a couple of little things that have changed in Google Photos that I wonder if you've noticed. The menu on the phones has changed. The bottom menu. So looking at the phone and just looking at photos, there are now 4 buttons at the bottom. Photos, Collections, Create, and Ask. And on the iPhone, it's even more cryptic. On the iPhone, you just get the icons. It's still Photos, Collections, Create, and Ask. But those are they are the same on both. It just looks a little bit different on the iPhone. And these buttons up here are new on the iPhone too, brand new, but they go away. Okay, so those icons, just be aware of what they are. Collections is the one with the bars. And at the top of your phone screen, there's a little plus. If you tap that, you will see all of the different things that you can create. The plus means add or create. And here's album, collage, highlight video, cinematic, remix. That's the one where you can choose the different styles. Photo to video. That's how I made the newspaper clipping dance. Animation, and then printing photo books and import from other places. So somebody wanted to import from OneDrive. Unfortunately, that's not one of the choices, but iCloud is if you want to get your Apple photos. So a bunch of things on that plus button at the top, and that's the same on iPhone and Android. Stacks, we already talked about that. Help me edit. This also is absolutely awesome. It's only on mobile, Android or iPhone, but only mobile. So I have some samples I want to show you. And that's not them.
Kay says she doesn't see recently added on her desktop.
Okay. It's absolutely there. So let me show you. On the desktop, it's over here on the left-hand menu, and just keep scrolling down. There's recently added. So it's definitely there.
Jolyn says she's still getting used to the new layout.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, good luck with that. As soon as you get used to it, they'll change it again. Guaranteed. Okay. So here are a couple samples of how wonderful the new Help Me Edit is. Anybody have pictures like this? Old photos that have gotten discolored over the years, and you snap them now, but it looks all red. Watch this. Edit and Help Me Edit, and just say restore. So this is what you ask a professional photo lab to do with old photos. You ask them to restore them, restore the colors. I just think that is amazing. Now it's still looking redder on the screen there than it is in real life. But to remember what it looked like originally, I'll touch and hold. There, that's how red the original was. That's how Help Me Edit restored the colors. And what else? I'm going to discard that because I'll use this again. And here, this was your example. This was a photo of a train station sign that we wanted to capture, but Jim took the picture out the window. And you can see the reflection of his hands and of him. Edit. Help Me Edit. And remove.
The glare.
And it even pops up with suggestions. Erase reflection. And go. And you can see the original if I touch and hold. You know, that original is no good. That one is perfectly fine. Okay. So just anything you can think of. If you see a picture, oh, here's one I like too. Look at that shadow on my face. I mean, it looks like I'm one of those black and white, clown people. I can edit, Help Me Edit, and remove shadow from my face. Now, and it doesn't remove it completely, which I think is good. That would be kind of fake. So you can see my face is still partly in the shadow, but you can see me compared to the original. Yeah, look at that. And there's just no way to do that with manipulating all the tools. You know, you'd have to go to Photoshop and really know what you're doing. With Google Photos, just tell it what you want and it will help you edit. Okay, I think we're about done.
Okay.
Oh, and then album controls. We sometimes do what we call collaborate on our albums, and it's a setting. So I go into an album, and I always look for settings under the 3 dots. And sharing and collaborate isn't there. It always messes me up until I finally remember that there's this new little set of icons at the bottom. The pencil means edit the album. And then you have, all right. Oh, no. All right, now where to go? Under share? Huh. Well, anyway, the album now has these buttons down at the bottom. Edit, comment, add photos, and share. That one must still be up here. Link sharing. Well, I'll find it. But that's new, that set of icons at the bottom of an album. Okay. And I think we are done. Unless there were any more questions in the live.
I didn't see any more. No.
Okay.
Jolyn says she loved the setup where I was taking photos of the Greek gods
Oh.
and Roman gods, participants against the green screen and putting them on high. So, yeah, we had this thing on the ship where people were dressed in togas, and we did a green screen thing, and it was, yeah. So I put up a green screen.
Yeah, so there's the green screen, and Jim working his magic on the computer. And where's the results? I thought I had the results right there. Well, there's one of the results. Yeah.
Aren't we cute?
We have fun here on this ship. Okay. So I do want you to sign up for our... Where did it go?
Yeah. Sign up for our newsletter. Get 2 free Google Photos guides. You get the sharing your travel photos and 12-step success. And you can get it by scanning this code.
Or I put the link in the description of this video below on YouTube as well.
Isn't that nice? Okay.
That's it.
No other slides?
Nope, that's it.
That's it?
That's the ending slide.
Okay.
Sign up for our newsletter.
Sign up for our newsletter. And we will see you next time, I guess.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jim. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let us know.